Donald Trump's numbers not going well. Here is Harry Enton.
It's a disaster if it holds towards the midterm elections. And I should note, of course, it's not alone. I mean, just take a look here. This is Gallup. This is the longest running poll. You know, Gallup has been conducting polls since my father was a kid, and my father was born in 1927, had me in the 60s. Look at this in January. Donald Trump's not approving.
Pause it for 1 second.
Not too great.
Doesn't he make so much more sense to you now?
Because he's
totally. I mean, he was raised by someone who grew up who was
he liked big band, like that was pop music.
Exactly.
Right. So that's why he talks like he's like a 1950s newsie.
What does he mean he had him in the
This guy.
60s?
He had him in
His
60s.
father was in his 60s when he had him.
Oh, I thought he meant in the 1960s. Okay, I was going to say, okay, so Harry was born in 88.
Just another, we've been trying to unpack the mystery of Harry Enton on this show.
It's all coming
I
to
really
focus.
have. Though.
Yeah.
His father was
Now we know.
61. Still time for me.
Hello, my money.
127, had me in the 60s. Look at this in January. Donald Trump's not approving. Not too bad, not too great. It was at -1 point, right within the margin of error, breaking even. But look at this now. Negative 24 points, way, way down. We're talking about a drop of over 20 points in the wrong direction for the President of the United States. Minus 24 points, that's a 23-point move in the incorrect direction if you're the president. And of course, what's so important here, Sarah Seidner, is it matches the trend that we've seen with other polls. That is Donald Trump hitting his low for the second term. I was doing the count last night. I think we're up to 10 polls in sort of the last 40 days, 10 different pollsters who have said that Trump is at the lowest point he is in his second term.
So how does this compare to other presidents in their second term at this point in time?
Yeah, okay. So, this is one of these great examples where I kind of run out of room on the slide.
You sure did.
Yeah, I run out of room on the slide, so I just put up the Republican presidents. But look, the only one who's worse for me, either among Republicans or Democrats at this point in second term, is Richard Nixon. And of course, Richard Nixon had to wave adios amigos goodbye less than a year after this poll was taken. He was at minus 36 points. Trump at minus 24 points. That beats, or is worse, I should say, beats in the wrong direction. George W. Bush, minus 19 points. His Republican Party, of course, suffered major losses in the 2006 midterm elections. Dwight Eisenhower, plus 31 points. Donald Trump has never smelt that at all. I had to go into the archives to pick up that photo. And Ronald Reagan at plus 41 points. But again, it also is worse than Harry S. Truman. It's worse than Lyndon Baines Johnson. It's worse than Barack Obama. It's worse than Bill Clinton. Anywhere you look, this is the second worst for a president of either party at this point in their second term, dating all the way back since the 1940s.
Wow. All right. Look, what does this mean for the midterms? Because are you seeing a trend that it's linked to how people feel about the president?
Yeah, okay. So, we always say, hey, look, we still got 11 months until the midterm elections. Right. That's forever in politics. So I decided to go back and look at this point in the second term. What happened? What was the trend line heading into the midterm elections? Were there any presidents who saw their net approval ratings rise by more than 5 points? Well, guess what, Sarah Sider? You go all the way back since Harry S. Truman. 0 out of 8 times did the president's net approval rating rise by over 5 points. And of course,
we'll
Donald
see what
Trump,
happens when
right
I
now in
attack
Gallup,
Venezuela, though. That should help. Is there more?
minus 24 points. He's in the minus teens according to the average. If he does not see a rise of more than 5 points, see you later, that Republican majority. It has never happened. Of course, we live in such a weird time in politics. Who knows? We live in a weird time, but he's going to have to break history, Sarah Seidner.
All right, we will have to see, Miss.
Yeah, fascism's kind of a weird time. They did that same poll, Gallup, on the issues. There's not one where he's above 50%. His best is crime, which I still can't understand. I mean, I guess it makes sense when you look at the fact that crime is down. And he talks about crime all the time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're activated by fear appeals around crime, you're going to always think that
crime.
Foreign affairs is his second best, which is probably buoyed by the fact that he did, achieve the ceasefire in Gaza, but the ceasefire
let's be clear.
Is not.
He's underwater in all of them.
I know. And by the way, I just want to make it clear that the ceasefire it's not being
a sham.
It's a sham. Foreign trade But immigration, the Democrats have been running from this issue for the past basically 3 years. And just by being this callous and cruel, he's only at 37% approval on immigration. The economy is dragging it down. Israel, Palestine, though, they're 33% approval only. The federal budget, 31%, 31% on Ukraine. And then healthcare policy is his worst issue. So Democrats are going to be right to focus on that because, one, it looks like there doesn't seem to be a deal on the table right now about these ACA premiums, and people are already getting notifications that they can go onto this free marketplace and pay double what they maybe previously were paying because of the Republican Party. But there also are these hospital closures are already beginning to happen. The CNN had a report. It was how life changed in a rural town that lost its clinic after Trump's mega bill. And it's about this area of Virginia, a 200-person community that basically had the entirety of its healthcare done away with. And it's directly the healthcare institutions is directly the result of the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, because it lost its only health clinic.
The only upshot on the healthcare front is Ozempic is apparently one of the drugs that Medicare is negotiating with. I think it's 10 drugs this year. And of course, this was passed by the Biden administration. It barely kicked in while they were in office.
As always,
classic
strategy.
Classic Democratic strategy. I think they do that because they're afraid of reconciliation bills seeming too expensive, which, at one point they'll get over this. We'll see. For weeks, all we've heard is how Trump's big, beautiful bill will cut Medicaid. But almost no one's reporting on a buried provision that would make Trump untouchable. Go to ground.news/majority to see how this bill would block judges from enforcing court orders unless you, the citizen, post a bond first. Highly credible sources warn most people can't actually afford to do this, and that's pretty obvious. So if this bill passes and Trump violates the law, it wouldn't even matter, and nobody even knows, which means the GOP's flood the zone strategy is working. And it's why I think Ground News is the best tool to expose these blind spots before it's too late. My partners built the only app and website pulling in news from across the globe, then breaking down each source's bias, credibility, and the news the right tries to bury. And considering most people take the first article they see online as fact, their browser extension is essential. What it does is it flags the source's bias and links other credible reports to verify the information. Ground News is a better version of how we're already staying informed. So I got you 40% off the same unlimited access Vantage plan that I've been using. That's just $5 a month when you go to ground.news/majority, scan my QR code, or redeem the code majority if you're using the app. With at least another 4 years of this, they're counting on you to be distracted. This app is how you stay focused. Hey folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.